Hello, welcome back to Squashwarp in Kerbal Space Program. I think this is episode 16. I'm Luke, and we're launching a probe to the sun. Now, I've just discovered that this thing actually has the Delta V to crash into the sun. That isn't our goal. We just want to get science from a low Kerbal orbit. It says this burn time is 13 minutes. That may or may not be what we actually do. So let's just perform as close to that maneuver as is actually conceivable. And let's warp to when it thinks I should start, and we'll see if I agree. Yeah, no, I don't think we should start burning while we're pointed at the planet. That could create some problems. So we will miss the beginning of the node. I'm going to wait until I'm not directly pointed at the surface. Maybe we can go to about here. That seems reasonable. And let's throttle up. Oh, we're looking right at the rocket there. And I'm going to use the better physics warp, better time warp thing. Now let's just make sure that our periapse doesn't... Hang on, let's look at Kerbin. Let's make sure our periapse doesn't go into the atmosphere. And this maneuver isn't really doing anything for us other than telling us where to point, so I can turn this off now. Our periapse is going to drop, but I'm not really worried that it's going to drop into the atmosphere. I think we're fine. So let's do 12 times physics warp. Why are we pointing off of our vector here? There we go. We must be asymmetrical in a way I didn't account for. Alright. We are escaping. Well, currently we're crashing into the moon. Or we're passing the moon, but that's going to not be the case momentarily. Let's just point prograde. And let's physics warp. Let's take a look at our orbit around the sun. The sun, there we go. Are we crashing into the moon again? What's happening? There it is. We don't want to go below... Well, we might overheat, but we'll find out if we overheat. But we don't want to go into the sun's corona. I was going to say atmosphere, but it's called an atmosphere in the game, but it's not. We can go deeper. Four, 3, 2, 1. Let's get out of the physics warp so I can see what I'm doing. Gosh, the sun is bright. I can't read the numbers. We're going to be within 1,000,000 meters, which is way too close. Like, I think we're going to incinerate, but I don't know how the heat works. I've never really gone this close to the sun. Okay, now we have... Now we have no periapse, so hang on, let's turn retrograde. I think we do want to survive. Right, so what's the sun's corona? It says the atmosphere height is 600 kilometers. And we're out at 3 million kilometers. I feel like that's probably going to be sufficient. But let's get within 1 million. Let's be crazy. I'm saying my units all wrong, I think, but let's get within 1,000 kilometers. There we go. 895 kilometers. This is crazy, but we're gonna do it. Once we're within the orbit of Moho, we might get low altitude science, so let's add a maneuver there so that we can set a timer. Add maneuver in 85 days, and let's add an SOI change. That's just in 2 hours, so let's go ahead and warp to that. Let's extend the magnetometer boom so we look more like a probe. Do we have any science we can do? We can do a gravity scan. Let's send that back. We don't have a lot of electric charge, but we've got enough to do this. Okay. Let's see if we get any other biome options. Do another gravity scan, send that back. Gravity seems pretty normal here, though you can tell the Graviolis wish they were at the beach. Okay, now it's time to do the investor tour. So we're going to pick up Marmor Kerman and do the Space Hotel rather than the Space Casino, because I don't want to spend too much money yet. So in the spaceplane hangar, we have the tour car. Let's make sure that we know what kind of Kerbal. Let me just read the contract one more time, and then I'll be right with you. Okay, this is our little tour car. This is kind of the rover parts that I had. Let's make sure there's no torque turned on. No, that's a wheel. Command toggle torque. There we go. That way we won't tip forward when we go. Alright, and we want to target Marmor Kerman. Alright, ready, Val? Oh. Maybe we didn't pick the best day for the tour, but let's go. Turn off the brakes. What? What happened there? Let me restart, because that shouldn't happen. Let me try again. I'm gonna revert, because these are mod wheels. For to launch. Maybe I can turn down the motor control or something. Oh my god, no passengers. What? What was that? Okay, hang on. Motor. Motor enabled. Motor direction normal. Okay. Motor. Let's disable the front motor. Let's put on caps lock. Let's put on fine control. Turn the brakes off. God, we've got a lot of acceleration. Why are we rotating? Hang on, let's control. No, command. Control point forward. There we go. Can I, like... What happens when I hit the brakes? Okay. Let's turn down these brakes so that I don't tip forward. I can't change the motor. running. I just have to be super careful. Let's hit the brakes. Let's quick save. Okay, Val, be careful. And yeah, oh my gosh. Let's actually reaction wheels, SAS only, pilot only, normal. SAS only, toggle torque. Do we tip forward? What's happening? Why are we turning? Steering enabled. I think these wheels are just meant for a much larger car. Why don't they turn when I... Why are they turning the wrong way? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's do regular torque and see if the torque can help us. This is gonna be awful. Okay. What? Oh my god. Okay. I wish I'd put normal wheels on it, but we don't have normal rover wheels yet. I never invested in that technology. This would have been better with a jet-powered car. I hate these wheels. They must be built for... These are from the Caribou Expedition Rover mod from USI. And they're just way too powerful. I guess they're ideal for, like, big, heavy rovers or something. Okay, well, I'm gonna fast forward because this is gonna be really painful and tedious. I can't get it to go the direction I want at all. Why do the wheels not turn the direction I'm telling them to? Oh my god. Let's turn steering off. I've loaded a quick save because I flipped over again from going forward. It's almost worth building another craft, but I don't want to wait. I really need to finish this contract. Let's turn steering off. And we're just going to use the reaction torque. Okay, I've dialed it in. Alright, here we go. Meanwhile, the grass is absolutely gorgeous. Like, driving through the grasslands. Or shores, or whatever this is. Okay. We're arriving... Oh! We've arrived at, Marmor Kerman. Let's pull up a little closer, give him a good service. Click left mouse button to switch to... No. That's the left mouse button. Cannot focus on object we do not own? Alright, switch to. This is Melvin. This is Marmor. Okay. Hello, Marmor. You don't have to wear your helmet and your neck ring. We're on Kerbin. I hope you enjoy your tour. Just extend the ladder. Glad I thought to put a ladder in here. Grab. And come on aboard. Great. Oh boy. Oh. Okay, hang on. Oh, I saw it for a second. Grab. Oh, grab. I saw it. There's a fraction of a second where you can press B. Nope. Okay. Let's try retracting this wheel. There we go. There, now she can get in. Extend these wheels. Okay. We have to go to... Here's Mission Control, in case you haven't already seen Mission Control. Let's turn towards it. And very gingerly get to it. We're here. Oh boy, how do I do this contract, guys? Brakes. Okay. Marmor Kerman is on board. Okay, they need to go to the spaceplane hangar. Let's proceed forward. Okay, we made it to the spaceplane hangar. Administration building. That's this way. Well, you get a tour. You get to see the Space Center. I'm gonna pan up so you can see better. I have to keep all these displays up, but... Ooh, lightning in the distance. Well, Marmor, here's our little administration shed. We haven't really used this building yet. Maybe if we get some investment. Okay, and let's turn, and now we will show you the astronaut complex. And this is our flag. And here's our nice astronaut complex. Here's our state-of-the-art R&D facility. Here's our vehicle assembly building where we build all of our rockets. And then I will take you to the tracking station, which we are looking to upgrade one final time as soon as we have the funds. Hint, hint, hint. Okay, contract complete. Great job. Check with Mission Control for the construction contract. Completed rewards, 2 reputation. I think I can now just recover vessel to spaceplane hangar. Boy, we'll never drive that again. Unless we absolutely have to. Although we did figure out how to make it work. You just had to be extremely careful. Okay, build a space hotel. Alright, I can accept this contract, but then it's gonna sit in my contract stuff. So instead, I want a different 3-star contract. I'm planning to place a relay satellite in orbit around the moon soon, so let's do that. Okay, now we have something very exciting to do. We get to land on Eve. And we've been waiting to do that because we wanted to get a biome scan of Eve first, but we've done that. And now we get to pick some landing sites. it's been loading for a while. We might have to restart. Yeah, something's broken. We're in orbit of Eve, but I can't time warp or see my craft, so I will go and come back. See you in a second. Okay, we're loaded back in. This is the evening probe, and we have completed our, not all of our scans. Let me turn off the resource overlay. Well, actually, hang on. Let's look at Eve. And we've completed our biome scan. We haven't completed all of our scans, but we've completed our biome scan of Eve. And so we can take a look. Where are we right now? Right now, I can't find us. Oh, there we are. Right now we're here. This biome is the Explodium Sea. Let's change the map type to slope real quick and see if we can... altimetry, maybe? Yeah, we're working on our high-resolution altimetry. But it looks like this is the Explodium Sea. And there's still Explodium Sea. Okay, lowlands. Okay, so these are the oceans. And this is the land. So there is more land than ocean. Biome. But this... and this... oh, that's also Explodium. Okay. So we probably want to land on the highlands. That looks like a nice big area to land in. And maybe the Midlands. So let's see what's going on with our calendar. Kerbin Moho is in a day. I don't think we're launching anything to Moho this time. We'll wait for another one. And the asteroid redirect is in a day. Let's time warp a bit. Okay, there's lots of different biomes here. Okay, so we're gonna save Alt F5. Eve descent. In case I've forgotten something important. Because we don't have a, like, we don't get to take back after we do this. What is this? Crater Lake. Is that, water? Yeah, or liquid. Explodium. So I think we want to land on land so we can get our seismometer. So I'm thinking one descent can go into this area. There are some lowlands and some midlands. And then the other descent can go into this area. So let me turn this off. Okay. I'm very nervous about this, but the next thing to do is to decouple here. Decouple. There we go, and that's a stack separator, so it's totally separated. This craft is going to continue on its merry way. This craft is just going to keep scanning. Now, we just barely have enough signal strength to carry on with our mission. Meanwhile, we got to keep an eye on our electric charge. Yeah, we're not getting any electric charge right now. Let's turn retrograde. This is our two landers. And they're on the transfer tank. So, we are now getting electric charge back because our little panels are pointing the right way. Okay. Now I can't see what I'm doing, so let's pull up ScanSat here. And I want to warp until I'm on the opposite side of the planet from the destination. So if I'm trying to go about there, I actually want to be around my periaps. Midlands, lowlands, okay. Good. That'll be pretty good. We're going to need trajectories turned on, and we're going to want Kerbal Engineer landing. Okay, and let's look at the map. Let's turn retrograde. So we need to deposit 2 different probes on 2 different orbits. So right now we're at 108. Let's get a descent. Let's make sure our periaps stays on the right side. We don't want our periaps over here. We want it over here where our apoaps is. So we're adjusting our orbit. Okay. All right, we're starting to enter, but we're going to do a whole loop. So let's do periaps is 80. It doesn't yet know where our landing biome is. I'm going to make a guess about where our destination is. It's south of the equator. Hang on, I can't even tell where the equator is. If that's up, then right now we're landing about here. So let's land more south. Like that. Okay. But that's just the first one. So we have to extend this antenna. Extend this antenna. And decouple. Okay, that's the one that is going to land. This needs to turn orbit prograde and not thrust that into the probe. Hang on. All right. Was worried about shooting this into the lander. We need our apoaps to be, or our periaps to be out of the atmosphere now so that we can land at a different site. This is more than enough delta V for all these maneuvers. So we're circularizing our orbit. All right, let's switch craft. Okay, here is the descent vehicle. Now, we can no longer do anything about our descent, so we might as well turn off Kerbal Engineer, because it turned out not to be useful. Let's retract the antenna. And when we do this, we're going to lose signal. But that is okay. We're getting relayed from the evening probe. So, all right, here we go. We're going to land on Eve. I've barely ever done this, and I've never done this with the mods that I have, so I'm super excited. Here we go. Where is Eve? Here it is. All right, and we're already hitting the atmosphere. Hopefully we don't land in the dark. We've got 2 sets of parachutes. All right, let's time accelerate. Oh, importantly, we got to take science. So we're going to do 1 mystery goo in the flying high. The goo has either completely disappeared or been bleached purple. Atmospheric pressure, high. You call this high? I tell you what is high, and that's the pressure. Temperature. KSC assures you it is nice and cool down there. You and the thermometer beg to differ. All right, we're going to keep all of these so that I don't have an electric charge issue. Keep. Because I brought 2 of each, so I should be able to do the next one on the ground. All right, we are now definitely landing. That was our science experiments. And now here we go. We get to see Eve's clouds. Our surface velocity is 3 kilometers per second. Hopefully our ablator is enough to keep us safe. Ablator running down very quickly. Ooh, those clouds look menacing. This is very hot. We're still faster than Kerbin's orbital velocity. Pulling... Look at our G meter! 10 Gs of deceleration. Oh my gosh. Okay. But now our descent is much slower. Here we are, descending into the clouds. You can look at the atmospheric pressure scale. Kerbin sea level is there. We're still 25 kilometers up. And we are actually landing on the poles. Okay, approaching the clouds. Since we can deploy parachutes now, I will deploy the drogue chutes. Alright, I'm coming out of time acceleration. We're 10 kilometers up. I see ground down there. Oh, look at those clouds. Oh my gosh. Wow. Whoa. Are those auroras? I think those are the auroras. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're still 8 kilometers up. And our ablator was fine. I thought we were going to run out. But all we needed was to pull 10 Gs of deceleration. Alright, let's go faster. Let's turn off the Kerbal Engineer landing thing. I don't want to look at that. Okay. Alright. Descending deeper into the clouds. Oh, wow. Alright, let's get a screenshot of that. And there's something sparkly on the surface. I've had just a glimpse of Eve's surface with parallax, and then I looked away as quick as possible because I didn't want spoilers. But something sparkly down there. We're 4 kilometers away, so let's deploy the next set of chutes. They look like bubbles. And we are descending. And we still have signal. Full probe control. Evening probe is still acting as a relay, which is fantastic. Hearing a noise. What's that noise? I don't know if you can hear it without good headphones, but it's like a low rumble. If I knew how to read in kilopascals, I would tell you how much pressure there was outside, but it's a lot. I believe Eve has 5 times the atmospheric pressure of Kerbin. And we are descending very slowly. Our drogue chutes have opened, so I'm going to accelerate. What are we looking at here? Are they bubbles? We're still over a kilometer up. Wow, look at that. And we lost signal. It's okay, we'll get it back. I think the probe must have gone past us in its orbit. Yeah, the evening probe is now gone in terms of relay. That's okay. We're only going 1.8 meters per second, and this is going to be a long descent, so I will fast forward this for you, because all I'm going to be saying is, wow, what are these bubbles? Yeah, see you on the ground. Beyond the bubbles, there's also some kind of texture on the surface. I think we may be looking at life. In fact, I know we're looking at life because there's a config option when you install the mod to install Eve without life. And I absolutely did not use that. I absolutely want life on Eve. This is so cool. Looks like we're going to land on it. Hope it doesn't mind. I was really curious to pass through a bubble. Look how big that bubble is. I wonder if the bubbles are life too. They must be. Oh, wow. We're not going to be landing any aircraft on Eve. There's too much stuff to crash into. And we're down. Okay. Look, we've landed in the middle of, like, some fronds. This is a groundbreaking discovery. Let's extend these antennae. If we can. Looks like we can. We've extended them into the plants. Wow. Alright, we have some signal. Let's do a seismic scan. And a mystery goo. It's very quiet. Oops. Pardon me. You look at the goo and think that you see an image of a Kerbal. When you look back again, all you see is the standard routine of being crushed under the atmospheric pressure. Alright, do we have enough electric charge to send this back? Transmit. We sure do. It's very quiet up here. No local seismicity to be found. Let's transmit that. Review the temperature. Temperatures are almost tolerable for some people, that is. Okay, nobody. 14 more science from the thermometer. Review data. Send that back. And now we can log temperature and atmospheric pressure. It's buried the needle. Seismic scan is not going to give us anything new, I don't think. Oh, 0.4 science. Let's time accelerate to see if we can get electric charge back. Oh man, look at the clouds. Wow. Clouds moving overhead. So we are getting sunlight. So bored with the lack of results, you try to turn the seismometer into a makeshift heart monitor only to realize how stressed you actually are. Okay. Regenerated electric charge, so we can transmit this and transmit this. And then we can come over here and try to find these. Review. Transmit. And and review. Get me some more electric charge. Transmit. It's 381 Kelvin. All right. Did we send back all the mystery goos? No. Review data. We need more electric charge. The goo is building its own rocket, not trusting you to bring it back home. Yeah, this goo is not coming home. Okay. And transmit. Continue. All right. What a success. I don't think any of these get us more science. Nope, just keep those. Well, heck, what a groundbreaking discovery. We landed on surface of Eve, we did our contract, we got some money. What a groundbreaking discovery. Eve has life. Eve has bubbles, and Eve has plant life. That is amazing. And it's really pretty down here. But it's just 5 times the atmospheric pressure and extremely hot. Let's see about doing the other landing. Okay, this is the other lander and the fuel tank. Now we need to make sure that we're descending over the correct biome, and it looks like we will be in the next orbit. So all we need to do is warp to the dark side of Eve. Dun dun dun. And then make sure we're getting a descent on the opposite side of the planet. Just exactly opposite, around the equator. Now to do that, I actually think we should warp here. Or maybe, okay, well I accidentally pressed it, so now we're doing that. We should warp there because that way, let's turn trajectories back on. That way we're more likely to get where we wanted to go and not end up in the poles again. That looks good right there. Let me see the... yeah, we're sure to get something different if we do that. I think that's what we're looking at. Okay, let's turn trajectories off. Let's turn normal, just so that when we decouple, we don't give ourselves an adjustment to our orbit that's too extreme. And even though we still have oxidizer and liquid fuel left, we're now going to abandon this stage because it has no control. Thank you, stage, for getting us to Eve and getting us down to land. Decouple. Okay. We're going to turn surface retrograde. We're going to retract the antenna. And we may not have signal, but that is okay. We've learned that we don't need it. All right, we do have signal. The evening probe is still close enough to give us a relay, which is great. We're getting spots when we look that way. Okay. Now we need to make sure to do the mystery goo when we're in the low atmosphere, and then we will get all of the different goo options that are available to us. These won't give us anything new. No, correct, yeah. All right, this is gonna go faster because you've seen it once already, but I will tell you when a highlight happens. I am so happy to be going to an alien world. And these mods really make it feel like an alien world that I've never experienced before. I am so happy to be playing Kerbal Space Program. And here we are. Just hats off to everybody who worked on the game and on these mods. Like, this is just stunning. This is amazing. Okay. Science time. Extend antenna. Extend antenna. If Kerbin is in the right direction. We might not get signal yet. No, we got it. There we go. Seismic, mystery, atmosphere, and pressure and temperature, or whatever. The goo sits calmly bubbling away, showing no signs of being affected by a magnetic field. Maybe Eve releases gas from its surface to replace the atmosphere stripped away by the solar wind. Okay. 14 science. Transmit. Possible seismic activity. The atmosphere is very dense. Temperature so hot that the thermometer wants to slap you in the face. And let's time accelerate to get our electricity back. Good. Let's look and see what has already been done. Review data. The thermometer has turned into a miniature lava lamp. And review data. The atmospheric pressure is very high even at this altitude. Okay, we already got that one. Okay, reset. Review data. The goo structure is being blown and reformed by the wind as you fly. Send that. Okay. I think that's everything we can do. The seismic scan... Oh, we can send a little bit extra science from the seismic scan. But otherwise, everything is done. Alright. We landed on Eve. Thank you for being here with me. This was really exciting. Wow. Like, sending Kerbals is going to be a long time away because it's so hard to get back. Because, like, if you look at the G meter, it's past 1 G. It's like 1.5 Gs. So it's heavy down here, and it's dense, and the atmosphere is very thick. The orbital velocity is very high. So anyway, but there's life here. We're not alone in the universe. Okay, let's go to the Space Center. Alright, I'm going to accept the contract to bring 4 tourists to visit an asteroid. Because that's going to be a big payout if I can do it. And we got a couple prospective asteroids that we're working on. And I wish I could take the other one, but I'm going to have to wait until I have used up one of my contract slots, or have freed it up. So I'm doing a quick adjustment burn to the evening orbiter's orbit, as we are just above 250 kilometers at the highest part of our apoapse. Oh, this is not turned on. Activate engine. Let's bring our apoapse down below 250. And now all of our scanning devices should work correctly. Let's turn towards the sun again. And we should be getting plenty of that. Cool. All right. All of that is working. Is multispectral done? Let's check. Multispectral is done. Visual low is 100%. So this does biome, visual low, and resource low. Altimetry low, altimetry high, multi, visual low, resource low. Those are all done. So we can analyze data. Oh, I think I've already sent that then. Okay, we can stop it now then. Cool. So we're going to finish our high resolution resource and visual scans. All right, Checking on our Vampire ISRU, it looks like everything is actually full except monopropellant. So let's stop this. Start monopropellant. Stop this. Stop this. So everything is stopped except monopropellant. We're about to lose the sunlight, I think. Let's see how long it'll take to fill up on monopropellant. Not long, it looks like. Okay. It's full. Oh, and ore is almost done as well. We might as well finish filling up on ore. We can actually stop this ISRU monopropellant. And let's fill up on ore. 0.8. And now that's done. Stop surface harvester and retract drill. Retract drill. Alright, this is all off. We're removing a lot of heat. Good. Temperature's going down. We'll keep removing that heat for a bit. Let me turn off the overlay. And now we need to think about rendezvousing with a space station. Space station is there. Set as target. We'll want to wait until we're underneath its orbit. Let's get our temperature flux correct. Which way? We're turning the wrong way, so let's turn this way. Focus on min-miss. Oh, we're getting an alarm. What's the alarm? Oh, Curb and Moho. Turn off Curb and Moho. We've got another one in 91 days. That's fine. The Gladiator asteroid redirect is going to be in 53 minutes, though. So let's see if we can do a launch before then, or if we need to switch over to that. I think we're going to need to switch over to the asteroid redirect. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to stay here for a bit, but we can retract our radiators. We'll leave the solar panels where they are. And did we have any science we needed to do? Gravity scan, been done already. Well, we can keep it and then we'll use it when we dock. We're full on fuel. We've got 2.6 kilometers per second stored in here. And we actually have a little more because we can refine the ore as we use the fuel. So let's go look at our asteroid redirect. All right, this is also still mining. We are not full of oxidizer. We're full of liquid fuel, and we're building up monopropellant. Stop ISRU liquid fuel. We've got oxidizer going. Stop monopropellant. Start ISRU liquid fuel and oxidizer. Okay, cool. And we're turning retrograde. Our periapse is in 1 minute. We have 45 meters per second. Close alarm. Let's change this maneuver to be minus 45 meters per second. Burn time is late, but what happens to our orbit when we do that? That's what happens. Okay, cool. Alright, well, we won't worry about which way we're pointing. We will just point retrograde. And fire up the engines. Which way is the sun? There's the sun. Let's roll. And fire up the engine. Roll so our solar panels are getting effect. Let's aim camera here. There we go. Okay, I don't know what our burn time is, but well, it might tell me. 210 seconds. That's not bad. Let's just warp through that. And might as well use the physics warp. Okay, we're out of oxidizer. That's okay. We won't worry about burning up monopropellant, that's fine. This is a perfectly good orientation to be in. Let's just roll a little bit. F5. And then let's add an alarm for apoaps. Let's give it 5 minutes. Well, wait, do we want to... We don't really want to burn at apoaps, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we really want to burn at apoaps. So let's warp to the ascending node and see if we can start doing anything about our inclination. We don't have any fuel. Let's not. We can't really do anything about our inclination anytime soon. Let me experiment with maneuver nodes for a second. Okay, I've come back to the Vampire ISRU, and we're going to try to rendezvous with the Minmus space station, the Dryad. So we got to launch north. Here we go. How's that apoaps looking? That's looking fine. Let's just set a maneuver at apo, and I'll skip through the rendezvous stuff because it's pretty straightforward stuff. And here we are arriving. This is a pretty heavy craft with all this fuel and oxidizer and monopropellant. Here we are. Okay. Now we can refuel this. So our spacecraft is happily able to return. Now I believe that the amount of fuel that's just in this little tank at the bottom is more than enough to get us home. So let's out. Yeah. And I mean, get us back to Minmus, not get us home. In. And the other thing we can do, if we deploy the solar panels and... Oops, I said deploy the solar panels. There we go. Deploy the solar panels, and we can also deploy the radiators. Those radiators are going to crash into those radiators, so good. Turn that off, extend these. I don't think we need all of them. Let's start ISRU liquid fuel oxidizer. And let's make sure that we are getting everything we need in terms of heat flux. Let's just time warp until this evens out. There we go. And now we'll be generating more liquid fuel and oxidizer from the ore. So we can just do this until all the ore is gone. Meanwhile, how's our... We can transmit our science. Transmit science. With this giant solar panel array, we can transmit our science without really using much electric charge at all. And we can look at our data and see if I can fit anything else in. Yep. Yep. Nope. 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 Can't fit that. Can't fit that. Can't fit that. Nope. Nope. Okay. Got a lot of data in here. It's going to take us a while to work through all of this. Good. Heat's working. What's the next thing? Gladiator asteroid redirect. That includes our launch? Yeah. Let's just do this until all the ore is gone. Good, all the ore is gone. Alt. Let's transfer this in. Okay, I've been looking at what biomes we've studied before and which ones we've not, and found that we could land at the lesser flats, which is what's underneath us, I think. So we're going to do another Minmus landing, but I'm going to skip through a lot of it. So, Bob. Oh wait, no, you guys are... Who's gone? Has Hudemy gone? Is everybody gone? Let's make sure Hudemy has gone. I don't remember. Okay. Whether he's gone already or not, I've lost track, but either way, he's going now. Undock. And extend solar panels. All right, we're trying to land on the slopes, actually, because I have yet to arrive at the slopes. Are we going to crash into that? The map does not say that we are. I am skeptical. Let's burn up a little bit. Okay, we're going to be good. Okay. All right, flying within 30 meters. Now, I want to see if we can land on the slopes, but I don't even know if there are slopes here. Let's start slowing down. We're just in the lowlands. We're just in the lowlands. There's no slopes. We're just in the lesser flats. Okay. Suicide burn distance, 8 seconds. I told you to hide this. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Science operations will now commence. Okay, that is all the experiments. We have so much delta V. I would love to find some slopes and figure out how to get there, or any other biome we haven't done yet. We've done the lesser flats. We need slopes, highlands, flats, and great flats. Those are the lowlands. Highlands are over there. If we went northeast, we could get to the highlands. Let's try. Oh, it's in the dark, though. Let's try going the other way. Okay, south-southwest. It says impact biome lowlands. Midlands. Highlands, there we go. Impact biome is the Midlands again. Oh, now it's the Highlands. It must be right on the edge. Alright, internal landing. Science time! We made it to the Highlands. Whee! How many tours is Hudemy gonna do? I don't know. Instead of finding out, let's dismount into the capsule. Because we've done all the science we came here to do. Alright, now I'm gonna launch northwest and try to land in the slopes. Now, these look very slopey, so this could be dangerous. Let's roll so that we're like this. Let's increase retract solar panel in case we roll down the hill. 4, 3, 2. I'm hoping that we'll be able to hold ourselves up like this. Okay, coming to a stop. Okay, stay. Okay, we made it. Now, will the reaction wheel stay on? Hudemy's leaning over. You can see he's happy. Hudemy's happy. I haven't really paid attention to Hudemy, but he's a happy Kerbal. Okay. Let's do all the science. I will let you actually see this one because it's going to be more exciting because we're going to be on the slopes. Don't fall down. Okay. Good. Board. Collect all. Crew report. It's completely beyond your understanding why you decided to land here and not on the perfectly flat surface of the frozen lake below. Yeah. Seismic, mystery goo. Keep. EVA, surface sample. EVA report. Keep. Let go. Restore. Can I reach this? Collect. Restore. Restore. Conduct. Keep. Collect. Restore. Log pressure. Take data. Keep. Take data. Log temperature. Take data. RCS. Grab. Board. Collect all. And last round, crew report. Keep. EVA. Take data. Surface sample. EVA report. Keep. Conduct materials study. Observe mystery goo. Goo looks hungry. Very hungry. Log pressure data. Log seismic data. Log temperature. Take. Keep. I should have just stayed here. Take. Collect. Restore. Collect. Restore. And take a look at this pretty mountainside. And board. Now we should have 24 in all containers. That is a big haul of science. How are we doing? I think we could turn off Kerbal Engineer. And we can turn back on Science, X Science. The only places we haven't gone are the flats and the Great Flats. But I'm going to save that for another mission. Alright, save, and now let's try to find our spacecraft. In fact, we should wait until Minmus turns underneath us, and then we can launch in the correct inclination. That's pretty good. Whoa. What? Okay, we had a time warp error there. Let's load last quick save. Hopefully I quick save since I did the science. I don't know if I did. If not, I'll cut through it. Yeah, we've got all of our stuff. F5. Let's try time warping again. And we'll just be more careful when we come out of time warp. Okay, I have no idea what went wrong last time. Target that. We're well lined up. Now we quick save when we're not explodifying. And Z. Burn north. Okay. We didn't quite get our inclination right, did we? Let's turn toward the ascending node. Is this the right way? I think that's the descending node. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. I mean, I'm saying all the wrong terms. Don't listen to me. I say the wrong words. Let's fix our inclination while we're here. Okay, good enough. 0.5. Now let's turn, let's see, in target position, we're going to be way ahead. Let's just burn until we get a close approach. There it is. 0.7. Let's warp here. I'm no longer concerned about fuel. We have a refueling device. Okay. To the space station. Got a big haul of science this time. So there's something I've been considering doing that's kind of a big deal, which is to store up some science and then take it, and instead of using it to unlock tech nodes, use it to buy a strategy in the administration building, which I've pretty much never used in my life, to convert science into funds, because we have a decent amount of science coming in, and I feel like we have unlocked enough of the tech tree that we can go on a lot of the missions that are coming up, but we're really hurting for money because we're trying to save up enough to go to upgrade the. Hang on, I gotta concentrate. We're trying to save enough to upgrade the I can't talk while I do this. Okay, we're trying to save up enough money to upgrade the tracking station one last time. When you install Outer Planets mod, there's a custom barn kit config that gives you a level 4 tracking station that is way overpowered, which helps communicate to the outer planets. And I absolutely need that for the Sarnis probe, and I basically need it for the Joule probe. I've been under-speccing all of my communications equipment because I was expecting to have a level 4 tracking station, but it's actually taking a while to get that upgrade. And so I'm trying to save up the money to do that, but simultaneously I'm launching all these expensive rockets, and we've got a Duna window that will be here before we know it, and I don't want to run out of money trying to launch my Duna spacecraft. So I am considering turning 25% of our science gains into funds, which will make unlocking the tech tree take even longer. We can always turn it off. It's just like 700 or 800 science that we'll never get back because we're paying to unlock it in that way. But I'm willing to take that hit because I'm abusing the science labs. So these science labs that, you know, this one and the one at Manticore really amplify the amount of science that I'm getting from Minmus, and then I'm going to do the same thing at the moon. And the last thing I want, because this is what I did the only other time, or the only time so far, that I have unlocked the entire tech tree. I did it in 0.9, so this was before the game was officially released. And I did it without leaving the Kerbin system. I did it entirely from the moon in Minmus, and I never got to actually go anywhere. Ooh, solar panels. Retract. Retract. So that was close. So I'm considering spending the science that way. And now that I see just how much stuff we brought back, I think that might be the right choice. Alright. Review stored data. We're going to transmit this copy. So all of this gets transmitted. Alright. Transmit. Transmit. Don't fall over, don't fall over, don't fall over. Yes, that was from the slopes. Transmit, 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 transmit. Oh my gosh, I'll skip over this. Okay, now we're gonna put the first batch, take data, put the first batch in here to be sent back to the other laboratory, which is why I'm really abusing these laboratories. And then the rest, one didn't fit, but that's fine. Take data. The rest can go into the lab. Whoops, that's not where the lab is. Where's the lab? I've gotten turned around. Look at this space station, though. Part of me is going to go back and admire what has become of our Minmus space station, the Dryad. With the tanker here, it's really looking the part. There he is, flying past the solar panels. Okay. All right. And we have a lifetime's worth of stuff to research, so we just gotta keep researching it. Whoa, 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 I bumped the desk and everything shook. Okay. Meanwhile, we stop ISRU, liquid fuel and oxidizer. I don't know why I had that on. Retract the radiator, and then we can deploy this radiator, just because it makes the space station look better. And now we can re-land the ISRU. So, where are we going? Okay, so these Midlands have an ore density of 5 to 10%. So I'm just going to trust that that's going to be good enough. Whoops. And, thank you, Gwendis. Okay. Undock. Switch. Okay. So now we're going to take our ISRU, our vampire, and bring it down on Minimus again and mine more ore. Point retrograde. And the truth is we want to do this in the daytime. So let's warp here. Oh, that was not where I thought we were. That's okay. As long as we don't spawn inside the space station, we're all right. Where is the space station? It's all the way over there. Okay, good. Now let me find something that's opposite us. All right, we're here. Opposite us would be here. I don't want to land in the dark. I want to land on this side. So Maybe I can get to this Midlands here. Let's bring up... no, this will work. This will work just fine. Throttle up. And actually, our periapse is right over the Midlands. So that should work just fine. Let's warp here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why doesn't it tell me? Alright, this is where we quick save. Oh. Oh, man. Alright, let's try this again. Undock. Switch. Yeah. I don't live with mistakes like that. That's too much work to replace a vessel like this. But it basically means we can never fail, right? Because I can always load. The main way that we end up failing is if I design something and send it out far away, and then it turns out that it's not actually functional. So actually, let's warp here. Warp already in progress. Okay, thank you. Let's warp here. Let's turn on Kerbal Engineer with the landing display. Let's bring up this thing. And let's turn Orbit Retrograde. Let's try that again with less explodifying. Just like last time, I'm aiming not to explodify, if at all possible. Now we're landing in the Midlands. I want to land specifically in those Midlands. It says we're in the Highlands now. Alright, well, let's reverse. Alright, hopefully this goes well. Better than the last time. This is a little bit of a slope? I don't know about this. 15 seconds. Let's point up a bit. There we go. That's still the Midlands, but it's less of a slope. Okay, is this gonna work? Okay, alright. Okay. Don't thrust anymore. Stay upright. Stay upright. Stay upright. Rotate. So we need light from the sun. Good thing we got powerful torque on this thing. And now stay upright. Alright, deploy drill. Deploy drill. And deploy radiators. Start surface harvester. Start liquid fuel and oxidizer ISRU. And monopropellant. And we are withdrawing pretty much everything. Now, what happens again if I turn this on? Does it not work? That's a landing leg. Start service harvester. I think we can't match that. I'm going to time accelerate to remember how this works. We have 200. If we start surface harvester, we're generating exactly 200 kilowatts, and we're removing 200 kilowatts. So that should do things faster. Although monopropellant is not working, but we'll get somewhere. Okay. Is there anything else that is about to happen? Gladiator Asteroid Redirect has a burn in 3 hours. And then immediately after that, the GravScan launch is going to happen, but we'll see that next time. We're just going to keep mining Minmus for now. Thank you very much, and have a great time. Bye-bye.